Hello everyone, and welcome to Truly Bedrock Season 1, Episode 25. Hi. So we are over at the Freelance tavern, once again, starting things out. It has literally been less than 24 hours since I posted this job here, and we've had some people bite. So it looks like we've got almost 2 shulker boxes full of netherrack, and there's still more to be had. Now this job is not just going to be these 4 shulker boxes. We're going to put this up for a little while because we have a fair amount of diamonds. Now, I mentioned about doing this job in the last episode and didn't know how much there was, and Jesse left me a comment on my video saying there is plenty to go around. So let's see, ocean slab signs lead the way and start at Foxy's portal, which is just off the purple tunnel. So there's a bunch of rewards that we can get. We have to do 16 chunks, which is a 4x4 chunk area. So that's quite a bit of slabbing to do, but we can have a shulker box full of all of these things. And the 2 things that I'm interested in is the redstone and the magma blocks. So I think we're going to run over there, and let's go find this thing, and we'll get some slabbing done. Because I got a little bit of time to kill, and still got a little bit more thinking on a minigame that I want to do. So we're going to go over to that area today too, and check that out, and get that project started. I'm really excited, really inspired, I guess is the word, to get started. So I know where Foxy's portal is. It should be just up here. Oh, look at that. I like the fact that people are actually putting those to use. That's really awesome. Which reminds me, I need to get Jesse's, and I need to get Killa's and Echo's done here shortly, so we can get that all going. This has changed quite a bit since the last time I've been down here. Ocean slab this way. Yep, here's Foxy's portal. This part of the tunnel didn't used to be here, so let's go this way. Why is there a horse in the nether? You don't belong in here, dude. How are you? Probably not good. Typically, the horses with a lot of health don't seem to be very fast. So that should be the portal for the Diamond Alliance area, which we need to get over there and do some work soon as well. And I wonder if Foxy would be mad if I mined out all of this nether quartz, as we're sold out. We're sold out, and I don't have any reserves anymore. Which is a good and bad thing. I try to keep the stocks pretty well, or the shops pretty well stocked, but hey. So this takes us to, I'm assuming it's this portal. Not sure what that one is down there. I know this is the one I think that takes us to their giant mob farm and all of the stuff. So it says ocean slabbing is this way, on the island below. Let's go. I think they're wanting this whole area actually slabbed up. This is their mob farm and their ink farm, and they also have a 0-tick sugarcane farm in here. A nice super smelter in here. I did leave them a little bit of fuel. Whoops. Which I think they're using. I hope they're using. Yep, they're using some kelp. I should bring them over some more because I have a bunch sitting at the base. But here's where they're collecting all their mob drops and things like that, which is why they can offer the different rewards they can. But let's go over, or down there where the giant arrow is, and let's see what we can do about slabbing an area up. Ocean slab. Competition rules and slabs inside. Thanks again for your help. Let us know how much you were able to do, and you will be significantly rewarded. Best wishes, Foxy and Slack. So slabs take as needed. There is a ton of slabs in there. Competition colors. I don't know what that's about. Place named colored blocks in here. So this must be the amount of chunks you do, I guess, because she has done quite a bit. Not sure what all that is about, so... Oh yeah, here's another book. Competition. Who can slab the most chunks? Slack and Foxy have been marking out chunk borders under the ocean with lines of slabs. Whoever can fill in the most chunks will win a prize. Pick a stack of colored blocks. Yes, the UK English word color has a unit. Rename the stack with your name and place one of them in the chest. Each chunk you fill, place one block of your name colored blocks above. Most chunks filled wins. Prize yet to be decided. Message Slack and Foxy for details. Slabs need to be bottom slabs. Top slabs will not prevent mobs wanting. Thanks again for the help. Okay, so let's just take all of these, because we're going to go slab up. Obviously, we're not going to do this on camera, but let's go take a look. Didn't they say that they would also be providing the way to breathe? Maybe they got conduits under there. That'd be great. So, looks like they have a bit of a perimeter. Well, that did not work. Yeah, they got conduits. So they've got a bit of a perimeter marked out here. And there is a ton of slabbing that has been done. Okay. So this must be kind of the end here, and it goes that way. So we have to do 4x4 chunks. 16 chunks total. That's a lot of slabbing. So we are going to get to it, I guess. So we have done the 16 chunks. We started kind of over here. That was really loud. Whoops. Anyway, we got this all taken care of. I grabbed a conduit because the one that's over here is kind of over there. It doesn't reach out here. So we were able to slab this up. We did 15 chunks in a circle here, and then we kind of did that one by itself there to maintain the 16. We also ran into a few of these areas, like this one down here where I missed this slab, that have a bunch of caves. So we did our best to come through this area and slab these up as well. You can see here, this cave actually turns this corner, and it, if we can swim, it links up with this area over here that was previously done by somebody else. And we can see that there's a little bit that still needs to be done over here, but that was for somebody else's slabbing. Anyway, there's still a ton to do over here. I'm going to go reclaim my conduit, and I think we're going to head over to the gaming district, where we're going to go try to find it. Alright, let's get our conduit and then head over to the gaming district. So we found the gaming district. This is the block, the 300 by 250, which is the coordinates on the website. And as I suspected, that nobody's really been over here. And this place needs a little bit of work. Some people have been over here. This monument or temple has been explored. But I believe the gaming district stretches all the way to this river here. And maybe even encapsulates this area here. So we need to do a little bit of work. Oh, there's quite a few mobs here. We're going to need to come through and do some torch lighting up. But it is the middle of a desert. So what I want to do for this game that I have planned is probably find a good little cave system. Now, we had a nice little chat in the Truly Bedrock general chat on Discord, or somebody suggested making a Temple Run style game, but geared more towards the Indiana Jones movie. Now, I know that Mumbo has made a game like this before, and so has Iskal in the recent past, and we don't want to do anything like what they're doing. So my plan is to have 4 rooms. The first 3 are going to be different kinds of puzzles. Maybe just some... I think the first one we're going to use some tridents, and it's going to be pure luck. The second one is going to be kind of a parkour area, which will take skill. And then the third and final one will be a pattern to kind of memorize. I don't think you'll get through it in the first try, but maybe some people are good. And then the fourth and final room will actually be the room in which you receive your reward. But there's going to be a little twist on that as well. As you leave the first 3 rooms, there will be an item shot to you, and you have to have those items, and then maybe some kind of movie trivia. So from the first Indiana Jones movie, Raiders of the Lost Ark, the temple that he runs through, there's kind of an area with some spikes that fly out, if memory serves me right. Then there's a second area where he throws his whip up onto a stick and goes across a little catacomb. And the third and final room, he's kind of jumping from plate to plate, and the floor will fall out underneath him. So we're going to do something similar, but obviously we can't have the floor fall out, because we want the game to be able to be played multiple times without too many resets. So we might have just some arrows that come out and shoot at you in that room. And then the fourth and final room, like I said, will have a little bit of a twist with maybe some movie trivia or something like that, and something to do with those 3 items. And you have to place the right one in to get your reward, or something else will happen. So I've put it to Discord, and I had a thought while I was kind of figuring everything out that I wanted to do here. And my thought was, instead of making all these games like a money grab where you pay to play and things like that, there's the cave I was looking for, is you can play the games, maybe some of them cost to play, that's not a big deal, but your reward could be prizes, or tokens that you can trade in for prizes, similar to like carnival games. Or for any of you that have ever been to Chuck E. Cheese with the world's worst pizza and constant smell of urine, you can play games there. You buy tokens. Well, it used to be tokens. Now I think it's just a card. You put that in, you play the games, you get tickets, you turn those tickets in. Once you turn those tickets in, you can get varying prizes depending upon the amount of tickets you have. Now, let's see what this cave kind of leads to. Obviously, people have been over here loading this area, so we are going to need to actually do some caving as well as surface area lighting, which is going to be a project for potentially another day. I'm not really... I don't want a sandstone place. So this is not going to... It looked promising. So I want to use a cave system. I think would look the best for us to build this game. There are a few, not necessarily mountains in this area, but as they are big hills. We've got one right here that might be promising. But I think if we used a natural cave system, I think that could be really cool. I want a very natural look to build these different rooms in, and I want a decent length of the game. Let's go down here. Let's see where this takes us. Probably nowhere. It's not looking too good. Yep. Just a little... Why does it do that? Not too promising. So anyway, this project is going to take a little bit of time. Ooh, here we go. Here we go. I'm hoping to get this done in one episode, but I don't want to drag the episode out too bad or too long. So we'll see what we can get done in today's episode. I'm going to carry on with lighting some caves and potentially finding a decent area. This is what I'm talking about, is running through something like this where you kind of go deeper and deeper. This is almost what we're looking for, but I want it to... I'm trying to think of how I want to describe what I'm looking for. I'm just looking for something that's going to take us a while to get through, that's going to be fun. You don't want to have just a room that's like from here to there. You know what I mean? And you just kind of run through it. Okay, I'm done. No, we don't want that. We want something that's going to last. And also, I want this to look semi-natural. And this could be the start here. So yeah, let me get some figuring out of what we're trying to accomplish here. And hopefully we can get some stuff going. Obviously, we're going to change this up. We would make some kind of entrance to it. And then I would get rid of all this sandstone. And we're going to put a more natural touch to this. Get rid of things like the granite and the diorite that may be strewed about. Add some slabs and some detail. Moss. We're going to have some vines growing everywhere. And this is going to be a real fun redstone build. But it's also going to be a... build. You know what I mean? It's going to have building aspects to it, redstone aspects to it. We've got a lot of work to do. We've got to go get a bunch of arrows and tip those, and then we need some tridents, which I have a few back at the base, and I collected some while doing the slabbing underwater. So yeah, let's get to some caving. So the first thing I did in the gaming district was obviously set up a nether portal. Got it linked up in the nether in the proper location. I spawned one in the nether and it came out right here. So we just moved this one back a few blocks. No big deal. We have done a little bit of looking around at different little areas. And I think I found exactly what I'm looking for right here. So I've got a little bit of a setup with some vines so I can continue to make some mossy stone and mossy stone bricks. We will eventually cut this side off. There's nothing really down here. And then we'll come around. There's another little area right there that needs to be blocked off so we can't go there. And this is going to be kind of the cave entrance. We'll have to do a little bit of work here and then we can start the game. There'll be a bed set up here. We might use this room actually for like a respawn room, a couple of chests, something like that for people to drop off their stuff, and then come in here. Now we got a little bit of a workstation all set up here, and we started to kind of slab up the area, put stairs in. We want to make this unspawnable. Now we have marked out an area here with the white wool that we will run through. We'll block this way off and this way off. There's a zombie spawner that way, and there is a skeleton spawner right here, with some loot that we didn't grab. We don't really need it. But anyway, we'll hook around this way. We'll come through here, and I think this is another room. This will be kind of my parkour room. We can knock down some of this ceiling, and we can add all kinds of different things. I don't have this room planned out just yet. But anyway, we'll run through here. There's a little bit of a hallway here. I think this is where we'll have a pressure plated floor. We'll bump up the ceiling just a little bit so you can kind of hop from pressure plate to pressure plate as needed. And it's going to be some skill to get to the right one. And then you'll round the corner, and I think we'll have the similar thing on this side just because these are natural choke points. And then you come across here, and this will be the end somewhere in here. And there'll be a lectern or whatever describing what you need to do here. I think we'll have an item for us to be collected here. I think another good area would be right where we come through kind of this point here. This will all be parkour. And then another good place would be somewhere right in here. Like I said, we'll block all this off. We're going to get rid of this. We'll throw some andesite and cobblestone in the wall. It's all a work in progress. Now, the one thing that I want to do, and the reason you can see I've gone down by half a slab, is I eventually want to break out. It's not going to be very bright in here. This is pretty much what you're going to see if we take out that torch. This area is very dark, and I want it to be dark and damp, and we're going to have things like that. This guy is producing a little bit of light, so let's get rid of that. And then what we'll do is we will place in a little bit of redstone torch action, just to give off a little bit of ambiance. We want corners to be dark. We want this. We'll break this down by a half slab or a stair or something in that nature. And we have plenty of different things we can mess with. Now for this area here, we have kind of a natural little choke point here, and then we have one through here. And I think we're going to lay out some traps right here, and one right here in this area. They won't necessarily be on this wall. Well, what we're going to have is we're going to have a tripwire hook that you're going to walk through. You may or may not see it. We may push it back a block, kind of like what you see in a jungle temple. And that's going to have a randomizer on it that's going to fire one of two items. And if it's a non-stackable item, it'll get a signal strength that'll come down here to a dispenser somewhere and hit you with a trident, similar to the spikes coming out. Now, we're going to have to really test it, make sure the timings are right. The tridents cannot be recycled once they've been thrown out, which is unfortunate, but we will make do. I do believe I have enough here. Blue Jay said I could use his farm as well if I need more. And if we divide this by 3, that gives us, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tridents. So yeah, we will definitely need some more just so a fair few people can play this game. But in my testing in creative, if you got a dispenser right here and it hits you as you're walking here, a trident's going to stop right here. So I will have to run through the game. Excuse me. And have to come pick them up and place them in. And what I basically want is I want like a hopper into a dispenser and try to fill it up as much as I can so we can have at least 9 or 10 tries through this. Then right here, like I said, we'll pick up an item. You will need to collect that. You won't have anything in your item, nor will you be wearing armor. I will provide food for people to come through this. If you're running through this, it might be a little bit difficult to get the timings right, but we will figure it out. And then here, we're pretty much at this level probably. Whoops. We are going to not dig it out, but we are going to place lava along here. We'll block off this little point here. We'll have lava kind of coming across here, and we'll have varying blocks and varying places for you to jump across, such as iron bars and maybe trapdoors that are up against a wall that you've got to come over here and then jump. And it's going to be a lot of fun. And then once you pop through here, excuse me, there will be a noticeable pressure plate here. I think I'll use maybe a gold pressure plate. And I won't use those anywhere else in the build. This way you know when you step on that pressure plate that an item will be dispensed to you and you need to collect that. So by the time you make it around to the end, you should have 3 items in your inventory, not including the food that you will have as well. This area here is a very, very skinny wall, but we can put all kinds of different colored pressure plates here. And I'm not necessarily going to make a certain pressure plate, like let's say this was a jungle pressure plate right here. If we needed to jump over to this section here, I wouldn't make this one a jungle plate either. It's just going to be by pure luck that you make it to where you need to, and chances are you are going to hit another pressure plate, and basically there's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-ish that won't send a redstone signal. The rest of them will, and they will hit a randomizer, and there will be dispensers in there. We'll say hello to Cuban in just a moment. That will fire arrows at you. Now, this is where the death could potentially come in. we have up here in our little stash some arrows. And in my testing in creative, when one of these hits you without armor on, you can survive one, but once the second one hits you, you will die. So I want this to be fun. I want this to be a little bit of a challenge. I definitely don't want this to be just, you know, a mediocre game. That's why I decided not to have the pay to play, because it's gonna be fun. So we've got our work cut out for us. I think the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna carve this out and I'm gonna slab this area out, and then we'll come back in and we'll decorate it with things like this. You know, where we have these kind of coming down. We could even add, you guys probably can't see that well, so let's throw a torch in. But we can even get rid of that, and we can have a little bit of stair action, and we'll mix in some cobblestone and things like that and make this real nice. We'll have some vines kind of hanging from the ceiling with pieces of string stopping them. And I think that's what I'm going to focus on for the rest of this episode, is getting just this first area taken care of. So I have the first room kind of completed here, and we still got our huge setup. We added a little bit of a potion room up here. I could not get the tridents to properly impale me in this, so I went with splash potions. Now, this is all lit up right now, and the end product won't be, but I wanted to show off the redstone and all of that real quick. So I have this lever that I will eventually remove, and that is locking the repeaters that feed these randomizers. So I've got a stackable item and a non-stackable item in here, and when we go across the tripwire hook right here, it'll fire one of those items up into this hopper. We're taking a comparator signal off of that. A strength of 3 will be given if it is the non-stackable item, which will pulse all the way over here to a dispenser. And that dispenser, if we come around here, has some splash potions of poison. Just something to kind of scare you as you're coming through. There's a secondary tripwire hook here that has the same setup that goes around here into this barrel. Or I'm sorry, this barrel just hits a hopper chain, but what we have is 4 different potions. We have swiftness at 2 different lengths, and we have slowness at 2 lengths. So if we go look right here, don't really know which one's going to hit you, but one of these will get fired out, and you will get hit with a decent amount of slowness or swiftness, bringing you into this area. Now this is where those items are going to be fired out of as I was talking. If we throw this in here, you can see we got our second bucket back, and this will be one of 3 items you need to collect. Now the slowness and the swiftness potion are really going to affect this area here, which is going to be the parkour area. And all I've done so far is closed off this area. I need to close off this area, and we got to kind of dig this out, and our goal is going to be starting probably from this ledge to hop across to over there. And I want a couple different ways going over there. I've never made any parkour, so this could be interesting. Now the first area, gonna get through it pretty decent. This area shouldn't be too bad. I'm thinking there's gonna be something on the floor though that could potentially kill you. And then when you get into this area is going to be kind of the final rougher test. But let's go back into this room. Let me show you what this is going to look like when it is all said and done. So we need these like that, and then I think this was like this. Knock out these torches. So it is going to be a fairly dark area, as you can see. Let's go get, well, that torch can, no, let's take this torch out. Just temporarily give it, thank you. So you can see we have some areas lit up with some redstone torches. Kind of help guiding you through, but it is very, very dim. You can see this here Obviously, you're not going to know what it's going to do, but it is going to put this splash potion of poison, which is going to be covered up by a slab. So through my testing, I found that closed trap doors you can fire tridents through if they're in the wall. If they're in the floor, you can't do that, or in the ceiling. But potions can be fired through a half slab, which makes it nice for us. But this is basically what you're going to come through, and then you're going to hit that and get hit again. I might change these out for lingering potions. I haven't quite decided yet. I think that could add a nice little spin because that potion will be sitting here and you will get affected by it. But the timings, as a matter of fact, we can kind of go through a little run of this real quick, lit up. And like I said, this is for me to know where that is. So now everything should be off. So you'd be coming through here and you got hit with the potion and you're like, what is going on? You get stuck in some spider webs. We can come through here. And did that one actually not fire? I don't see an added potion effect. And I wouldn't know. So why did these items... Oh, you're a dispenser, aren't you? Aha! So it's a good thing we tested that real quick. I did not realize I need a dropper. Okay. Let's go ahead and put this guy in place for now. And then here, there we go. Place that back in there. Let's put a piece of granite in there. And eat. And then we'll place these back in. You. And you. Let's try this again. The potion, they will get you, and obviously poison won't kill you, but it will mess you up. And so we got swiftness on that go round. So that could really help you kind of jumping across from thing to thing to thing. And if you get through this quick enough, there we go, and you still have the swiftness, it may help you just kind of dart your way across here, which is kind of a cheeky way to do it, but it is going to be kind of a built-in thing. There we go. Anyway, let us go back. So this area here, I'm going to have to do some decorating. You can see we've pretty well got this area decorated. Let's go shut this off because we're going to get blasted. That's just for me to be able to come through here and do my thing. So as you can see, we have some water droplets. You saw them kind of coming down right there. This cave is very dingy. We did leave in some of the existing gravel. We added some cobwebs. Because we're in a desert, I added the spruce leaves. We got some walls coming down. Just texturize the cave a little bit. Again, I want this place to be very dark and dank as people come through here. Now, there should be 0 spawnable spots in here, and so far nothing has spawned. Once we get into this area, though, we're going to have to change our slabbing, and this area is going to be lit here. So, anyway, that is going to kind of do it for me today, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. As always, leave a like, comment, subscribe if you're new. Check out the description below for all the links to follow me and join the Discord. Constant conversations. I talk about my projects and stuff like that. And tweet them out. And I will see you on the next episode. Oops, there, there we go. See you guys.